Good afternoon, traders, and welcome to another edition of Awesomecallstrading.com. I want our trades and ideas to get going and maybe share with you a possible swing play in Snap. Um, that's going to gap. We're waiting for a full gap fill or close to it, and then add to our positions. It's a slow stock, but it had gapped up a little bit this morning and coming down and trying to fill the gap, and then we can go long the stock. Closed at 12.10, I believe, yesterday. 12 and under on Friday, I believe. Yeah. Other than that, traders, I want to just welcome you into the great chat room and just want to do a nice recap of the things that I found this morning. You know, every morning I get up at 3:30 in the morning, 3:30, 3:45. And I really just start my day, and it's a lot of just researching and reading analyst calls. This is a typical day of analyst calls. There's over 120 different analysts being reported, and I just go through each call and find out, what's going to move, what's gapping down. I have different scans set up from briefing for the gap downs, gap ups, and then. But for me, I don't trade anything unless I know why. I always have to know why, and it has to make sense to me to be able to present that to the subscriber in the room. To me, every subscriber that comes in and puts down their $6 a day, they're looking to make at least $100 to $200 a day minimum. And so in order for me to provide that kind of service to them, I want to provide them quality ideas that they can either short the stock or long the stock. But more importantly, I want two things I like to do is teach them how to find the trade themselves and uh, get their confidence in so they can take size. But I also want them to understand the trade and why I picked this particular trade and analysts to make the stock move or go up or down. And a case in point, when you follow my Twitter feed, you will actually see traders. They blossom over time. I mean, case in point, I just got, here's a tweet from Humble that where'd it go? I'm not sure what drug AJ Trader's on, but my daily P&L has been abnormally green since I joined the room a few weeks back. Today is no exception with Roku. And my response to that is to Humble is you're just a better trader now. You're seeing things more clearly and with more confidence, and that's what you're doing very well. And that's why you're doing very well. Imagine what it would be in 90 days being in the greatest chat room on the planet. And that's what we're about. I think what's happening to people like Humble and AD and Ollie and HH and Leanna this morning. I don't know if you saw Leanna. She's another great trader in Stock MD. This is Leanna's trades this morning. She was done early in the morning and finished. And of course, B trades, and he's a full-time moderator, and yet he's a police officer on full-time, and yet he was done literally in minutes with me on my Boeing execution. I mean, and I can't wait to share that with you. But this is what we do. I mean, my job is to find you quality trades, quality ideas where you can invest 100, 200 shares, 50 shares, 20 shares, and just rock it, and make your money quick, get in, get out, go back to bed, go do what you want to do. Or if you want to trade all day, you have opportunity to do that. But again, there's got to be a reason why you take the trade, and whether it's long or short. And that's really what I try to provide for everyone in the room, uh, the reasons behind each of the moves. So today, I want to start with Boeing. I got up this morning, market was down, gapping down. And when the market gaps down, usually there's a major player stock like a Boeing, or it could be a Google, or it could be an Amazon that's really getting just, gapped down. And today Boeing was dragging the market down 100 points because they got a couple big major downgrades from some serious analysts. And again, if you're an analyst trader like we are, analysts play a big part in what we do every day. And the analysts this morning, I think it was B of A, came out pretty strong about dropping Boeing and downgrading it to a neutral, but from 420 to 480. So when I see that, because of my long-term, I've been doing this for almost 16 years, it was automatically a long. I mean, I'm down, Boeing's down 14, 15 points. You got a long out of the gate. You got to figure shorts are getting up. I mean, think about it. Think of it from a mentality standpoint for a second, all right, just for a moment. Boeing, you're shorting on Friday, let's say. All right. You're shorting some overnight stock because the stock had a nice run to almost 400. So you're buying your your 380 puts because you know the stock's going to get dipped down a little bit. You're buying your 370 puts, or you're shorting equity, at 390, 395, 100, 200 shares, 500 shares, 1,000 shares, depending on your size of your account. And you're shorting the stock, and you're like, okay, so the first, and you wake up and the stock is down 15 points. Think about it. Let's just say you're an average trader and you did 200 shares with 70,000 buying power as you march your money. So, right, and you overnighted and you wake up to 15 points on 200 shares. That's $3,000. Do you understand that? That's $3,000. What are you going to do when you wake up? Nothing. 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 What are you going to do? You're going to cover. The first thing you're going to do is cover. You're going to first kiss your computer and kiss the B of A analyst, but you're going to cover. And then not just you, but hundreds and hundreds of thousands of traders. And what about the put action? All those put players, they're going to want to get the hell out on Monday. Are you kidding me? They're waking up to 50. They're probably up 2,000%. They're not going to sit there. They want to get cashed out. So what do I do as a day trader? I'm a day trader. I didn't overnight it. I just know what they're going to do with it when this market opens. So the first thing you're going to do is you want to go long the stock with about 200, 250 shares. You're going to get pretty much in your hands 3, 4, 5 points. But this is where the professional day trader comes in. The AJ comes in. AJ will look at the stock and tell you, I like the stock, and I think the stock gapping down to 373 this morning from what, 390. I think the stock will probably pop to 380. So I'm going to play that move to 380. Why? Because, well, first of all, I'm AJ. All right. So this is what I do. This is why people pay good money to come in this room, not only to be entertained, but to make money being entertained and to watch magic happens. To you, it's magic. To me, it's just a number. I just look at it and went, oh, this will pop to 380, scale in, short it, and fade it for the rest of the day. The B of A short is going to affect the stock. But what you have to understand about Boeing is the stock has a stability price, 370, 365, 375. Investors will go in there and buy it because this 737 issue will pass. No problem, Mr. Deng. It will pass. But before, so in between, we're going to have volatility. And that's what we have every day. We have volatility with this stock. My job is, if it's gapping down 15, 18, you can better believe AJ is going to be on that stock. So today I woke up and I made the decision that Boeing would be a long, all right, at 373. And I even told traders, if it dips to 370, smile. Don't get mad. All right, just smile. Just smile. Just take your face and grin and say to yourself, Merry Christmas. Because the stock is going to pop to 380. I have 378 to 382, which is 380 in the middle. Once it does that, then it'll fade. So I'm already telling you, you're going to make about 6, 7 points. So on 200 shares, you're going to make $1,200. On 250 shares, you're going to make what, $1,400, $1,500 or $1,300. You're going to make it, and I'm going to will the stock in there. I'm going to will it means I'm going to push. All right, after it hits that 380 area, cut it. Just short the stock and just let it fade. You want to see how it worked? You don't believe me? Okay. Ding, ding, ding. See the gap down? See all the short sellers? Okay. What do you think they're going to do when the bell rings? They're going to cover, and they're going to cover quick. And look, ding, 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 and look them squeezed out. If you would have went long in the room at 374, 373.50, 374.20, 370, whatever, 50 shares, 100 shares, within a matter of minutes, and you can count, 6, 7 minutes, you hit 380 a share. You see that? And you just sell right into it. After that, get out, go to bed, go to work, do whatever you want. I don't care. Or short it because the stock will fade right back down. Because the B of A downgrade will still have an effect on the stock. And that's exactly what we did. You see how well read this was? I'm going to give you another one. You ready? This is Tesla. Now, Tesla was gapping up this morning. All right. Remember now, last week I had discussed the buying at the 260 level. Well, it was gapping up. Now, when you gap up on a Tesla call, I want you to understand this now. When you gap up, look, you closed at 274.91 and you're gapping up over here at 279.28. That's 5 points. So let's just say now, let's take the opposite side. Now let's just say you were shorting the stock in hopes it would gap down, and all of a sudden you wake up and it's up and you can't get out until the market opens. So what is the first thing you're going to want to do? You're going to want to cover. Now, what if you're a buyer retail and you bought the stock before the close in hopes it would gap up and it does? What are you going to do? You're going to pop the stock at the open, and then as a short seller, you're going to get in there and just short it right back and fill the gap, if not more. You see that? You have to read the stock. If the stock is gapping, anticipate. I want you to put yourself as this investor here. Think like you're the investor here. Okay? Okay, I want to long it, and I think on Monday the stock will go up. Okay, what are you going to do when it does? You're in it for 3-4 points, right? So you're going to sell at the open, right? Great. What do you think if a short seller's in it? What's he going to do? He's going to want to get out of it. So you're going to have a push. Not a huge one, but enough to just clear the air. What this stock did today was give us clarity on where to short the stock. We had a double top clear right here. You see that? You could have took short here, and even if it went back here, you could have added. If it popped, it didn't pop. My point is the lower low set in right there. There's your add on your short. If you took 150 shares, 200 shares short, and it didn't break through and it started to pull, then you could add it right here on this lower low setting in. Once this lower low set in, it was gone. Okay. So my point is that it gave you plenty of time to, if you were wanted to go long, you could have played it for 3 points out of the gate. Scale in short if you wanted to wait for the 280 pop and then scale in short and then take it down. Now, breaking it further down from 275, 274, hey, that's just a gift to me. I didn't see that one coming. But if you're short the stock, why would you want to cover at 275 when nobody was buying the stock? I mean, it's clearly the stock was coming down more. And I'll show you my notes on it, on Tesla. Tesla on continuation to the upside, gapping up 3. I like a pop to 279, 280, then take it down to 275, watch the bottom curl, and then long again. See, that was the trade. So obviously, because the market was pulling, B of A was selling off, the stock actually did more. But see, look at the pop. Right, there's the pop 279 or more, so it's 280. Scale in short, take it down. There's the 5 points, 275, I said. All right, and actually came down more. Bottom curl and go long. So it would have paid the bills even more for you. But the key thing was to understand why the stock was going to make a move like this to begin with. Okay, I'm going to show you another one that we did. And you can do this all day long. You know what I'm saying? This is all about just really understanding the moves and why a stock is going to make a move the way it is. Now look, Spirit Air, a lot of their planes, some of their planes are 737, so a lot of their fleet is grounded right now. Okay, so they're going to get hurt, and they got a downgrade today. Also from, I believe it was, forgive me, I think it was a tier 3 firm, which I understood it. What they were trying to do was from Concord. But Concord's a tier 3 firm. They're not like a Boeing, Bank of America or a Citi. So they're not going to get hit as much. And they were lowering their price from 192. And the stock was gapping down considerably this morning from, I believe it had closed at 89, and it was gapping down to 84, 85. So what I told the traders is I like to get a pull at the open if I can on SPR. And if I can get an 82 on it, I want to go long and then bounce it to 84. But I think if I can get 82, look for that and start your long position in there and bounce it. I love to get it back to 88. And so it was a two-way play. If it popped at the open to 88, I wanted you to short the stock because there was no question the stock was going to come down with that kind of price target and it gapping down. But if it pulled at the open, then we were going to get a bounce on it. And so I actually took this trade live in front of everyone. It was a really fun trade. And you can see what I was after here, the pull at the open. So it didn't give us the pop that I was searching for, and just immediately sold off, which is fine. And there's the 82 right there. See, 82 long. This is a fat finger that probably somebody just had to get out. 25,000 shares. There's no way you could have got that fill. But you see how the 82 based, and then it just shot right back up to 84.20. We willed it again. I walked it up live. Roderick went with me on this trade, and I took it all the way to 84. Really nice trade there. So another one that came in was Clorox. I know a lot of you don't play Clorox, and that's okay. You know, and again, you're in a limited room. You know, but I can't. There's nothing you could do on that. Clorox got a downgrade today, and it was gapping down. But one thing you got to know about Clorox is that there's a lot of investors on Wall Street on this stock, and there's a lot of analysts that go back and forth with this stock. But today, with the market gapping down 100 at the open, and this was gapping down from 155 to 150, I think it was 153, 152.99. It caught my eye at 153 this morning. I figured, you know what? I bet we can get a quick pull at the open. I was hoping for 150. I really was, because I wanted to really push it back up. But it ended up just dropping just around 150, 177. And I just wanted you to go long the stock, because I figured, based on how the stock has been selling off every day, I figured it probably would gap up at least halfway back up. And if you look at my notes, I was really on point on Clorox. JP Morgan cut it from 159 to 139, gapping down. I like to get the pull it open and then go to 154 to 154.70. You see how precise I was on the stock, 154 to 154.70? That's really what I wanted to do. So I just wanted you to buy the weakness. And the reason is because it gave you range. You could buy a point, 2 points, 3 points. And it was a really fun stock if you knew exactly what to look for. And that's what we do here. We look for stocks like this. And I want you to see how just precise this call was. So the bell rang, ding, 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 ding. There's the 150, 150, but hit 150, 150. Now watch, you just see how it just played out. You see this? Remember I said 154 to 154.70. It hit 154.51. And that's all I was after. It's just fill some of that gap, at least halfway from where you came down. That's all. I didn't say full gap fill. I just half the gap. I must have missed it by 19 cents. I mean, that's a hell of a great trade. Think about it. Okay, so that was really pretty. I'm going to show you another one, Alney. A lot of you don't trade Alney, and that's okay. You don't understand it when you're in another room, and your mentor is not going to, he's not going to show you a stock like this, because he doesn't even trade bios. So this one it'd be so far out of his league. But I guess some of these rooms they're open for 2-3 years, or maybe not 2-3 years. I mean, their mods probably have traded for 2-3 years, maybe 5, and they're so limited on what they trade that they kind of just cater to one little thing, like the Nvidias, the MUs, the AMDs, the Facebooks, and that's it. They don't want to go outside the box. And you don't learn anything from that. Just like you're trading 50 cents between 2 lines, and you're just like, okay, life is more than that. And you need to be in a room that just constantly showing you this idea. And that's what I try to do every day, is present ideas. Tomorrow I'll have another 12 more. And so the more that the trader learns to be versatile, when this market starts to come down, and it will, just like real estate's going to be coming down. When this market turns, and it will, okay? When it comes down, you're gonna be that type of trader in here that's able to read the stock, understand the stock, short the stock, long the stock. No, the whole key to all of this is knowing what range the stocks are going to bounce, go up or down. In other words, You see how I arrange things? This should pull here. This should pop here. This should do this here. This should do that here. So even if the market wake up and the market's down, okay, let's just say the market's down 380 points. You wake up. It's just tanking. Then it opens up down another 100 more. Okay, so let's just say a Boeing is down 22 points, right? And you get up and you're like, oh my God, right? So on those days, I won't tell you to go long. I'm going to tell you, oh, it's going to pull another 5 or 10 more, then bounce it off of the weakness. I'm actually going to give you guidelines like that. I won't go, oh yeah, go long because it's down 22. It doesn't work that way. And the traders in this room will understand that more and more and more. So when those days happen, all they're going to do, they're going to make 15, 20 points on a bounce trade. And it'll be like the easiest thing because they've been doing this on 5, 10, 7, 8 point trades. You follow me? So Alney was gapping up. You see Alney? Gapping up. And they had amazing news. I mean, they had amazing news. I mean, think about it. Alney and Regeneron announced a collaboration to discover, development, and commercialize new RNA interference therapeutics for a broad range of diseases. Okay, I want you to look at this headline. The minute I saw this headline, I said it was a short. There was one word in here. One word. So I'm going to see if the room knows the word. I'm sure they do. I'm going to show it to you. One word that stood out. Okay. Let me see if I can find it in this headline here. Oh, no, it's not right here. They even got a 400 million, I think, up front here. Oh, there it is. Okay. Look at that headline. Okay, I want you to read. Traders, can you look up and just tell me in the first sentence, just in one word, what one word told me to short the stock? What one word? One word. Okay, we have collaboration. You know, I love you all. And today, yes, that could have been the word. Okay. But today I have to go a little bit outside the box. Okay, because there's another word that is even worse than collaboration. Discover. Do you understand what that means? They're going to collaborate to discover something. Or we're going to find something. It's a big might. You hear what I'm saying? Think about it. I want you to go outside the yard and go find a gold chain. I think you're going to discover a gold chain. I think you're going to discover a gold ring. I think you're going to discover a 20-carat diamond in your backyard. Go get it. Does that mean your stock should be up, market cap 50 million more? Because you might discover something? Does that mean your house is going to be worth $8 billion because you have a diamond potentially outside in your lawn? You could discover it? Think about it. Think. You see? You see my point? The trade is in the headline. You see how your mind is opened up to reading through things? You know what? When I was in the room, I was wanting to short the stock and then bottom curl it at 90. And a lot of you don't see this. Do you know how many comments I got about this? And if you would have saw it, none of you would have took the trade. But you know what people were more emphasized on? They were more emphasized on this. Under the deal, Rajaman will pay up 400 million and buy 400 million of shares at 90 each, and then do another 200 million in certain miles. You see that? All you saw was money. I saw through the headline. All right. And the other thing I saw was, well, if they're going to buy it at $90 and the stock is at 96, why don't you buy it at 90? Does it make sense? You see that? Within seconds, I dissected this idea. And this is why the room you're in cannot and will not trade stuff like this. They're lost. They try to read this headline. They're like, they'll make some bullshit excuse. Don't. You know what they'll say? Don't bother with stocks like that. It's really stupid. I mean, just stay with Nvidia. Okay, just stay with Facebook. Why do you want to go outside that? No, the question should be to your moderator. Why the fuck won't you go outside it? All right. Why are you limiting us as traders when over in Awesome Calls they're trading only like it's nothing, like it's a Nvidia. So what's the trade? Well, you're gapping up 96. What do you want to do? I want to short the stock. Where do you want to go? 90 and under. What do you want to do? Bottom curl it. You see how I put it together in a matter of seconds? Alney, gapping up 4. Take it down to 90 and under. Bottom curl it. Boom. Go long. The more it pulls, it says right here, the more this pulls towards the 90 and under, the more you get the long. That's the trade. So if it's gapping up to 96 or 95, what do you want to do? Short the stock. Why? Because AJ already read through the headline. It's going to pull. Where do you want to go? 90 and under. 90 and under. Bottom curl, go long. That's it. Trade is done. It's an opportunity. That's my job. To give you an opportunity. This was an opportunity. But in order to present the opportunity, I have to teach you how to read through the headline. So you can do this on the next time. All right? It's a process in here. I want to show you another one. Roku. Now, Roku was a good call, but I wanted it to pop a little bit more to the upside. And I'll tell you why. Roku was closed around the 63 area. All right? And it was gapping down significant. And the reason was that Citi came out with a $50 target. They just do not like this stock. But Citi hasn't liked it for a while, so it's like JP Morgan and GE. You see GE today? You see how it just kind of dragged down, what, 20 cents? GE wants a $5 price target on it. Well, there's certain stocks that you can wish for them to be there, but it takes a long time. I mean, you've got to have just not it. Now, if B of A, Citi, Goldman, and RBC all came out and said GE's $5, the stock would be $6.50 today. I mean, there's no question. Okay, but because you have one analyst come out and say it's worth $5, even though it's a tier 1, you need more than that. You need more than that. Okay, and so Roku is in that world. You know, for every pull, Oppenheimer's going to, remember, Oppenheimer loves this stock. So Oppenheimer's going to go 75 value tomorrow. All right, so that's why you have that battle of analysts on Roku. But for a day trader standpoint, I look up and I see, okay, we're down 100 points. I'll probably get a pull at the open, then bounce in. If it breaks a certain area, I could probably get a 1.5, 2 points on the downside. So, so how do I set this up? Okay, well, I got to set it up for the traders in the room. So there's 2 ways to trade it. Roku, right here, gapping down. I'd nibble some long at 60 because I like to go to 61.50, right? And then I want to short the stock and I want to take it to 58. You see that? You see that? There's no fucking around with me. I didn't tell you the stock's going to go to 50 or 49. I don't give you some fucking ridiculous number, right? Because I understand the call. Yeah, you want 50, but you're not going to see it. It's like the B of A guy who wants Tesla at 85. He's never going to see it. You have to think. You want to be a trader at this level? Think. Okay, you want 50, but you're a man on your own island. Okay, you're sitting there. Okay, and it's just not going to happen. So you're never going to see 50 because tomorrow, I'm telling you, Oppenheimer or RBC is going to come up and say Roku's worth 70, 80. Okay, so you're only going to get today's play, and that's it. So this is why I don't tell traders, oh yeah, buy puts 49. You don't see that call. Swing it to 50 short. You don't see stupid ass calls like that. You see accuracy. AJ, I want to trade this today. How do I trade it? Go long. What? Go long the open if you can. See if it pops to 61.50. If not, wait for a pull to 58 and then bounce it to 61.50 and then short it. Either or, you're going to win on the trade. Okay, so if it pulls to 58 and it yanks, you see how I put this? If this yanks to 58 area, I long it. Right. Where will it go? It'll go to 61.50. When it hits 61.50, then go ahead and short the stock. I want you to see how it played out. All right, ready? So I wanted it to pop. It didn't pop, right? Didn't give us the pop we wanted. So what do? You wait for the pull. Where's the pull? 58, 58. Where does it go? 61.50. Hit 61.20. You see my point? Pull it, yank it, know where it's going to stop. Long, bottom curl it, back up, short it. If you understand the range of the stock, how it will trade out for the day, and give realistic numbers to a trader, the day trader can make that sound decision to go, okay, so AJ, I really want to long it like you said because you think it'll gap up, but you see AJ, it's already at 60, 62. So I rather wait for the pull, and I'm going to wait for that 58 area like you said, and want to long it. And then once it hits that area, it starts to get weak. I want to short the stock. Okay, that's the trade. I'm going to give you two more. I want you to look at Zillow and Zillow. Now, Zillow has two stocks for their name. I want you to look at both of these, and I want you to see how I called them. These where a lot of my day traders in the room got very impatient with them. They were very irritated with these stocks because they're very slow and methodical. My traders don't like slow and methodical, but I got to teach them. Okay, I want you to look at these calls and stare at them for a few minutes because this is the only way you're going to learn. And I want a lot of you got shaken out because you just were so impatient. You thought the stocks were going to fly to 40 or 50. Okay, I want you to look at the calls on these. All right, we're gapping up. Whenever I see Z gapping up, I laugh at it. I understand the stock better than you could ever imagine. They always gap fill. They take I should have put on there, this will take all day. I should have said that. And from now on, forgive me, I will do that from now on for this entire room. But once I see them, and you could see on my daily recaps, I don't trade Z very often at all. But if you're going to gap up $1.80, you better believe I'm going to be all over that stock. And you know what made it more laughable was why it was up. Do you know why it was up? I'll show you. Pull up Z. Do you see it? Gapping up because Cohen. Who the fuck is Cohen? They're like Zax. I mean, they're toilet paper. All right, you understand what I'm saying? They are tier 25. I don't look at anything Cohen does. I laugh. And you're going to raise it to 40 to 46. And you're going to gap up Zillow? And the market's gapping down 100? Where do you think Zillow is going to go? I'll tell you where it's going to go. Let me put it in writing where it's going to go. You ready? I'll show it to you. I'm going to give them right side by side. All right. Zibble. I want you to short 38.90 area. And any pop at the open, add. Now I want to take it down to 37.50. So at the very least on Zillow, you're going to make $1.40. Okay? You're going to get $1.40 on this trade. It's done. On ZG, I want you to short at 38, and I'm going to take this down to 36.90. Okay? So I'm going to give you $1.20 on this one. You are so full of shit, AJ. You're just a fucked up trader. Am I? Where do you come up with this shit? Seriously. Where do you come up? Do you just imagine this stuff? No. I've been doing this for 16 years. You're paying me $6 to be in this room a day. Let me find you a trade. So I'm not just going to find you a trade. I'm going to find you one that you just have to laugh at. Now I want you to look at this call. Now I want you to look at the trade. Okay, remember these numbers. 37.50 and 36.90. All right, you ready? Now sit down because the professor's going to teach the student. All right, you ready? You ready? Here we go. What did I say? 36.90, 36.90. What did I say? 37.50, 37.50. And you started from what? 39, 37.50. You started from what? 38 to 36.90. See that? This is why we're called Awesome Calls Trading. Look at your chat room today. Did they trade this? Did they even acknowledge it? They didn't even give it. But see, in our room, I have such a variety of traders that it's my job to present a bunch of ideas, as many as I can. So a trader can pick and choose what they want to do. All right? They have options, and that's really what's important. And each option has a lesson in it. The more you understand the trade and the movement of the stock, the more you make your money. So tonight's recap is ZG, BA, Tesla, Roku, SPR, Clorox, and Alney. So anyway, I want to thank you very, very much for being a part of this great webinar. I also want to share with you a couple changes that will be part of our Discord. We are going to make sure that we at least get an email address or a Twitter feed. This room is just growing. We want you to be a part of our room, and in order to do that, we want to interact with you. And if you're going to come in this Discord room and you're not going to have a voice or speak or interact, I've asked the moderators who run the room to start just cutting you out. So I'm just straight up, if you're not going to speak or be a part of the room, you'll be out of the room. And I don't care. In my world, I want quality versus quantity. I want people to interact. This room is built for you. All right, for you. I'm not in there. I don't need to be in there. You get enough of me in Awesome Calls Trading. This is for you to discuss where you might have went wrong to your traders, to other people that took the trade with you, what they saw. It's a great place to learn and ask questions. And also the mods are in there. That Darkside, he runs the room. He's always so helpful. You don't understand that it doesn't, and it's open 24/7. So imagine being able to interact. Now, there's a lot of chat rooms that visit this Discord too. We just threw I think one or two out this morning. Coming from different rooms that are starting services, they go in there, and obviously, if you see 1,000 people, you're going to want to try to, do what they got to do. My point is, though, is we will require some sort of. We want to talk to you, and we have that right if you're going to be a part of our community, and we want to encourage you to come into our great room. So, to give us a shot for a day, a week, or a month. So I really want you to know that. And also, I spend, this is not cheap what we do, traders, but I do this YouTube channel for you, so you can recap every day and view how each trade worked out. I believe that the more informed you are, the better trader you become, and more money you will make by understanding the movement of the stock. And that's really important to me as a day trader to present facts and why a stock is going to move as well. Also, lastly, we're putting two webinars together. From Darkside will be the technical, and that should be coming out. Sergio's working on it now, so hopefully by the end of the week we might have the sign up. I think it's $349 plus $49 after every 3 months to continue ongoing, and it'll be a weekly class on a Saturday or Sunday. And also, we're having one from the great fire trader who we'll have his as well for momentum trading, because he's just a phenomenal trader. As you can, he's a great moderator in here. You can also follow him on Instagram. So I think they're going to be great classes, and everyone will be able to learn something from them. All right. So other than that, traders, I can't thank you enough for joining us. You can follow me on AJ Trader 7. I'm here every day, and I love trading. If you want to join the room, all you do is click here and go to the website. You can go to any of our website clicks and just sign up. Surround yourself with great people. Other than that, I want to thank you for being a part of this great webinar, and I appreciate you very much. And I will see you tomorrow with another 12 ideas to present to you and make you some money. Take care. Bye-bye.